Welcome back. Today we will be looking at one of the pioneers of jazz piano, Bill Evans. Bill Evans usually worked in small groups, most commonly a trio, which is just piano, bass, drums, and he would be the soloist and the accompanist all at the same time. He had a lot of formal training. He graduated in 1950 from college, and he had bachelor's degrees in music and music education. He was going to be a teacher. But then he went into the Army, and he did that for 3 years as a flute player in the Army band. He also played piano and kept writing the whole time, but his main job was a flute player. When he got out, he got a gig playing on this little jazz album called Kind of Blue. And to this day, it's still the #1 best-selling jazz album of all time. That was with Miles Davis and John Coltrane and Cannonball Adderley. And yeah, so he did okay. In 1958, he played with Miles Davis when they started experimenting with modal jazz, and that really set him apart because you get the name recognition when you go on tour with somebody who's famous like Miles Davis. So Bill Evans, in his own right, became a very well-known musician. He had an album in 1963 called Conversations with Myself, and this is one of the first instances where a player used overdubbing. So he would play and then record over what he played. And it's interesting because it sounds like two pianists going at it, but it's just himself. So pretty neat. His biggest influence, he considered the pianist Bud Powell, the way that he recorded and did chord voicings and all of that. He was Bill Evans' biggest influence. That being said, Bill Evans himself is seen as the main person that reformed how the harmonic language of the jazz piano was seen. The way that he did chord voicings and the way he backed up soloists was kind of groundbreaking, and ever since him, people have kind of tried to emulate his style. He was honored 31 times by being nominated for a Grammy Award, which makes him the best one around. He actually won 7 of those 31 nominations, which is pretty amazing. Even winning 1 is pretty amazing, but he did it 7 times. His best known recording, his best piece, was called Waltz for Debby. That's the one we're going to listen to today. Debby was actually his niece. That's who he wrote it for. And he must have had a nice relationship with her to write this poignant of a piece. So let's take a listen to Bill Evans and his trio playing Waltz for Debby. Here we go. Get out of the way. Bass player, I think his name was Scott LaFaro. Yeah, and the drummer is Paul Motion. So now he's doing a waltz, but it's in 4/4 time, which is not right, but he did it anyway. That's good stuff. I don't care who you are, where you're from. That's good stuff. Okay, we won't listen to it again. But you're welcome to anytime you'd like. Okay? Hope you like that one. See you soon.